Hey fellow Lightformers, my name is Hampton Bishop and I live in New York City and I'm the owner and operator of HK Balloons. HK Balloons does large balloon installations for TV and film. Today though, I'm going to be walking you through how to use Lightform. Now I am not a professional user of Lightform, actually I just got it, but I've used it a couple of times and I know that it's going to take my business to the next level. Today, we're going to be Lightforming this giant rose. It was left over for Valentine's Day. All right, so I'm going with the BenQ short throw projector for today's project of the balloon rose. And I've hooked up the Lightform along with the camera and the projector and turned everything on. There's lots of good content. I know when I first got my program, I was like, oh no, where's all this, where are the cords going? But there's lots of good content right on the Lightform page. So I'm not gonna go over plugging everything in just because that's pretty basic. So then we'll come down and we'll open Lightform. Okay, so now that we've got everything plugged in and ready to go, I'm gonna go to New Project, Start. We're gonna call it Rose because we're doing the Valentine's Day Rose. Create. Now mine pre-connects just because it's already on my Wi-Fi. Continue. And so now this comes up so we can see what we're actually scanning. And if we look up, hey, then you can see it in real time. So we'll come back down here so you can see the scan. So now it's going through the scanning rotation, getting the picture of the rose. Y'all, once you do this a couple of times, it gets so much easier. The first couple of times, I was having problems getting a good scan, and I still sometimes have problems with that, but I think practice will make perfect. But once you actually have your scan, getting the content and the designs in and being able to transform something happens very quickly. So now we've got, it looks like it's about finished with its rotation, and we're downloading the scan. Okay, so you can see mine is kind of patchy, but for what we're doing, it'll actually be okay. So let me turn it just a little bit so you can see. So what I'm gonna do is, because I work in balloons, so most of everything I do is gonna be round. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna trace with the brush, a small brush. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, zoom in, and then I'm actually gonna trace the design of the balloon. If I was doing this for a client, obviously we would clean this up a lot. But you'll be able to get a really good idea of how quickly this comes together. So now I'm just drawing a couple of extra lines just to give the balloon the texture. Okay, and then we're gonna go to create surface. So now we have this surface and we're done. So I'm gonna go to surface 1. I'm gonna go to the asset browser, click that, and then I'm gonna do colored lines, insert content, and it's in. I'm gonna add up the speed, make it a little bit thicker, do the loop count a little bit quicker. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to my brush. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger this time. I'm going to click here. Now because what I do is mostly rounded, I'm not going to the very edge. I'm just getting the majority of it in there. Just so we have that. And I'm gonna make the brush smaller again. Come down here, get the edge of the stem. And I'm gonna create my second surface. Done. Go over here to surface 1. Go to the asset browser. Let's do, yeah, all of these are so good. Let's make our rose on fire, insert content. It's done there. And I'm gonna go to preview. You can see our rose is on fire. And then all of the lines that I did are lit up. Going back down here, you can see the preview of everything that's going on. So then what we would do, if we were making more, we would go to new slide. Then all you have to do is click surface 1. That's the lines that we originally did. We can go in, we can add fireflies, which is a really cool effect. And then we go back to our second surface, our surface 1. And we can do, let's do ghost flash. Okay, now the cool thing is once you put it in there, you'll be able to see in real time what you're doing. So there's the ghost flash. It really just brings everyday regular objects to life. You can also, so then when we go down here, when you go to this, you can fade in, fade out of your slide. Same with this one. Fade in, fade out. And the great thing is after we'll go to publish. So the great thing is after we publish it to the Lightform itself, we no longer need the computer. So it's great for when you're doing a project, let's say you're lighting a cake, or for me, I'm lighting a balloon design. I can set the projector, set my lights, leave the event, come back and get everything. And so see, now we're going from slide 1 into slide 2. You can change the duration of the slides. And here's our slide 2. But it's amazing. You can take a regular, in this case a foil balloon, and turn it into something magical. Well, y'all, thanks for joining me. I am so impressed with the Lightform software. It's just crazy that you can take something so easy and basic and turn it within 5 minutes, turn it into something magical. I can't wait to see what everyone else out there does, and I hope you guys have a great day.